As the last light of day faded over the sleepy town of Northlight, Maine, Adrian guided his car through the silent, snow-covered streets. The quiet village seemed frozen in time, with only the glow of streetlights and a few open businesses cutting through the dimming daylight. He had just dropped off his first fare, a beautiful lady in a red coat, at the local eatery. As Adrian stopped his vehicle at the intersection for an impending red signal, his phone chimed softly, signaling a new fare. He took a deep breath and continued his night shift, where the streets felt like his own, the stillness of Northlight wrapping him in a familiar, comforting solitude. Adrian had long since made peace with the night shift. There was something about the darkness, the silence, and the anonymity of the passengers that made the hours pass quickly. Most of his riders were locals, tired workers heading home, or patrons leaving the only bar open late in Northlight. Hardly anyone wanted to engage in conversation, which suited him just fine. He'd pick them up, drop them off, and they'd vanish into the night like ghosts passing through the cold. As he drove, his mind wandered. The streets were almost unnaturally quiet tonight. The newly fallen snow blanketed the streets, and the sidewalks had not been cleared. He caught a glimpse of his reflection in the rearview mirror, briefly locking eyes with his gaze. His latest passenger, a man in a heavy coat, sat silently in the back seat, staring out the window. Adrian had seen so many faces like his, people caught in their own worlds, never realizing just how little time they had. His phone chimed again, pulling him out of his thoughts. Another fare, another drop-off. The clock ticked toward morning. As dawn neared, Adrian completed his final ride and turned toward home. The dark streets of Northlight began to lighten, the fog of night slowly lifting as the first signs of daylight crept in. He arrived home and parked in his driveway, heart racing as the pressure of time hit him. He didn't have much time left. Once inside, Adrian quickly nourished himself from a blood supply hidden in the fridge. He wiped his mouth, heading downstairs to his basement, where his coffin awaited.